Hello, my name is Bob Piper. I'm the Assistant Dean for Research and Enterprise in the School of Media, Culture and Society, within which the social work provision at the University of West of Scotland is based. And I'm here just to formally welcome all of you here to Scotland, to the University of the West of Scotland, and to the School of Media, Culture and Society, and to thank you for coming. For those of you who are new to Scotland and have come from abroad, I think we have a fair number of international visitors here. Can I assure you that the beautiful weather that you see at the moment, that's what we get in Scotland all the year round. It's very typical, as I'm sure you understand. I have a few words of thanks very briefly. Thanks first of all to Ian Ferguson sitting on my left here, who's known to, I would imagine, all of you in the room, or most of you at least. Ian, formerly our Professor of Social Work and Social Policy, who now has an honorary professorship with us, an emeritus status. We're really grateful to Ian for all the hard work he's put into bringing this network together and bringing the Social Work Action Network annual conference here, and we're absolutely delighted to be hosting this conference. Thanks also to my colleague Lawrence Nuttall, who heads the social work team at this university, and who has also spent a lot of time and effort putting this together. But thanks most of all, Shelley Ferguson on my left here, who has an incredible amount of time and effort to ensure that this conference is ready to go today. Shelley's family will be delighted to see her again on Monday or Sunday after things are finished. She really has put a lot of time and effort in, and everything that goes right over the next day and a half is down to Shelley's efforts. I'm sure Ian and others would second that. The themes and the level of participation in this conference fit well with this university's corporate and strategic objectives, which have an international focus, which speak very strongly about the importance of applied research with societal impacts, and the close links that we have in this university, in the social work team and beyond, between our teaching and the research which underpins it. The close interaction between our academics and the work of service providers and the world of professional practice. As a school, as a social work unit within the school, we pride ourselves on those kinds of connections. The social work portfolio here is a long established portfolio. The undergraduate degree here is renowned in Scotland for being the first of its kind, and it has a wonderful pedigree. And the social work portfolio, as it develops with master's offerings now and with very strong research underpinning, plays to all of these key themes. The conference themes and the content of this conference, the plenaries, the workshops, are focused on the urgent concerns and challenges of our times, and they are indeed urgent and challenging. The struggles against racism, gender inequalities, social exclusion, the marginalisation of individuals and communities in the face of austerity. These are big themes and big issues, and this conference is seeking to grapple with them. In the UK and internationally, the social work profession is amongst those professional groups who are functioning at the sharp end of all of these issues and themes, the sharp end of these struggles, and the need for close working between and across the academic and the practitioner arms of the social work profession is as great as it has ever been. So in this context, the timing of this conference, I think, and the themes and the priorities of this conference are especially appropriate. So I hope you enjoy the next 2 days. I hope you enjoy the sessions, the work in the sessions. I hope you enjoy the social aspects of the conferences as well, because the conference is partly about what you do when you're sitting around the table working with your colleagues, but it's also partly what you do when you're having a drink afterwards and swapping your experiences, and I hope you enjoy all of that. My colleagues are certainly well geared up to allow you to enjoy the academic and the non-academic aspects of the conference. I would love to be staying with you and going into some of these workshops over the next couple of days. I was telling Ian and Jerry, however, my fate this afternoon is to spend time with the University Finance Department and the internal auditors. So I can tell you where I would rather be this afternoon, and with all due respect to those colleagues, it's not with them. I would much rather be engaging with the issues that you're dealing with in the conference. So I hope you have a great time, and I hope you carry from this conference good memories of this university and of your time here. Thank you very much.
Hello everybody, welcome to UWS. I'm Shelley Ferguson. I'm one of the lecturers here in the social work programme and a newly indoctrinated member of SWAN. I came on to thought, oh, this will be quite good. I'll get involved with some kind of progressive practice, meet some new people, and have the opportunity to meet social workers from lots of different places. And lo and behold, I end up organising the conference for 2015. I really hope you enjoyed today. A lot of work, and tomorrow a lot of work has been into it, but there's been a team of us behind this since October of last year, and it's been a fantastic experience. It's been a really exciting experience. It's what I've I suppose taken away from it is the buzz at the minute that's around SWAN. People seem to be really engaged in the idea of, this is an opportunity for times of change. Although there's a lot of frustrations out there, and politically, as a result of the referendum last year, I think it's created a real buzz around Scotland in general, and that has had consequences for social work profession. And I think we were inundated with workshop proposals as part of this conference, and it's just an example of some of the really amazing work that's going on across the world. So I really hope that people get involved in lots of debates, and that everybody's an active participant in the next couple of days, and that everyone has lots of fun. And thank you very, very much for coming along and for giving up your time, and for all those people that have travelled long distances to come here. We really appreciate you being here. So if there's anything that the team here can do, the team will be wearing white SWAN t-shirts. You'll already met some of them. By all means, just ask, and we'll try and help. Hopefully just a few housekeeping arrangements. Hopefully there won't be any fire alarms over the next couple of days. But if there are, if you just congregate outside the Robertson building, the library, and hopefully we'll avoid any casualties in the case of a fire. But hopefully there won't be any emergencies over the next few days. Over the next day or so, hopefully you'll orientate yourselves to the various different buildings. So the plenaries, you'll notice, have been split over two parts of the day just because of the huge numbers of people that have come along over the next couple of days. So if you're here this morning, you'll be here this afternoon, and the same will be for tomorrow. Your workshops will either take place in this building or the building straight across, or if you walk diagonally, there's another building called Oswald Building. There's one room in there where some of the workshops will take place. There will be stewards on hand to direct you, so if there's any questions or queries, please don't hesitate to ask. So without further ado, I will pass you on to Ian, who's going to say a few words about SWAN.
Thanks, Shelley, and I would just repeat Rob Piper's comments about the phenomenal role that Shelley's played in organising this. I want to just begin, I'm just going to say a few words. I want to just begin by quoting from a new history of social work that came out a couple of months ago by a guy whom some of you may have heard of, Terry Bamford, who is a former chair of the British Association of Social Workers, not terribly always sympathetic to SWAN, but he writes in the book, he said, the most influential critics of neoliberalism have come together in the Social Work Action Network. SWAN has held some very successful annual conferences, attracting numbers far beyond the reach of the British Association of Social Workers or the College of Social Work. Now, I say that not to have a go at any other organisation, but I think, and again, just to say a little bit about this, I think, quite extraordinary event in many ways. You may be aware that 200 yards along there's another lecture theatre that is similarly packed. We had to close registrations earlier this week when we hit 430. We have colleagues here this weekend from Japan, from Spain, from Greece, from Ireland, north and south, and even from England. Lots of colleagues from England. They're very, very welcome. But I think that, it's not just the fabulous weather. It's not just the extraordinary Paisley food, although I can't help recommending the Reef Fish and Chip Shop just up the road. It's very, very good. But actually, I think something is going on here. That actually, despite what unites, I think, most of us here this weekend is a commitment and a passion for a particular vision of social work. And I think we can say what it's not. It is not. I don't know if people remember a man called Michael Gove, who used to be around. But it's not the Michael Gove vision, which is that the role of social workers is to blame clients and to punish them and to cut their budgets and to force them into work, or to spend all their time obsessed with performance indicators and budgets. That's not our vision. I think we have a very, very different vision of social work, which is fundamentally about social justice, which is about relationship-based social work, which is about community development, which is about putting the heart and soul back into social work. And I think that really what this weekend, this is the 10th Swan Conference, and I think this weekend, should be a staging post to take us even further in doing that. I've no doubt we're going to have a great conference, but I also think we need to think about how we turn Swan into an even more effective player in terms of how we shape the kind of social work that we want to see. As Bob mentioned, I think the themes of the conference, the plenaries, reflect, I think, the key issues that face social work today. There are plenaries on austerity and the impact of austerity from Greece to Spain to Scotland to everywhere. Again, what we're seeing around the world, whether it's Golden Dawn in Greece, whether it's the Front National in France, whether it's UKIP in this country, is the rise of racism, xenophobia, scapegoating. And, for a period there was this thing called anti-racist social work. And I think we need to think about how we develop that today. But I think in a sense, fundamentally, what the conference is about, it's not just about saying how awful things are. It's about how do we resist. So we have plenaries on how, the cuts that are happening, but also how we challenge them. I'm delighted we have people here from service user networks, from campaigns right across the country, from the Glasgow Care Crisis campaign, people who are challenging. And also tomorrow we'll have the homeless strikers from the homeless team in Glasgow who are currently on all-out indefinite strike. So I think, and I've now lost where's the connection to the yeah, so essentially that's what the conference is about. It is, I think, we have a fantastic wealth of experience here from all over the place of workers, academics, service users, campaigners. I think it's a fantastic opportunity, both in the 40 or 50 workshops and in the plenaries, to look at how we begin to create a new committed social work that can actually really begin to shape what's happening out there. I just want to mention, I think inevitably we've been going for 10 years and in that time there have also been some losses, and I just want to mention some of you may have known Rona Woodward. Rona sadly died earlier this year, far too early, late last year, died far too early, but Rona was a founder member of Swan. Some of you will know her from having spoken at various conferences. She wrote a number of books, including this one, Radical Social Work in Practice. So she played a huge role in building Swan. So I think we want to remember Rona. There's a famous saying by Joe Hill, don't mourn, organise. And I think really the best tribute that we can pay to Rona is to build the kind of committed movement for a social work based in social justice that she wanted to see. So let's have a wee round of applause for Rona. And just finally, I think it will be a fantastic conference. We've got, as well as the events that are taking place here, we have taken over a quite extraordinary pub in Glasgow called Waxy O'Connor's, who are freaked out with the idea of having 400 Swan supporters descending on them tonight, but they're really excited about it, they're really looking forward to it. I hope people will come along. It's going to be a great event, and it's part of your conference fee, and it's really nice food. So come along to that. But finally, I think, as well as enjoying your discussions, we should be quite clear. We want to make Swan a more effective force within social work. So if you're not a member of Swan, please join. The forums are over in the Student Union. If you haven't joined yet, please do. It's a tenner a year for workers, a fiver a year for students. It makes our lives much easier if you take out a direct debit or a standing order, because then we know we'll get the money every year. And the final thing is that so if you join, you can attend the Swan AGM, which is tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. We're also keen to encourage people to stand for the Swan National Steering Committee. So I do have forums here. If you're interested in standing for the National Steering Committee, you want somebody to nominate you and second you, and then 25 words about why you'd like to be in the committee, and we'll have the election tomorrow. So thanks all for coming, and I hope you have a great conference.